here to talk about Coaches versus Cancer. Brad, first off, on a formal level, thank you for everything you've done for me and my family. Those small gestures, they really do go a long way to people who are fighting this stuff. Take me back to your beginning involvement with Coaches versus Cancer. How did you first decide this is something I'm going to be a part of?
Yeah, it was Lon Kruger. I was an assistant at Kansas State. Lon is obviously a legend there, one of the all-time great players in the history of that program. And Lon was coaching at UNLV, started an event that was, he reached out to us, and I've known Lon for a long time, and said, hey, how about bringing some guys out, and we're doing it for a good cause, and this is what it's about. And then in future communications, we brought a big group out from Kansas State, all in the name of raising money for cancer research and Lon's event, but also to bring attention to it. And it was golf. It was fun. It was a great event. It still is one of the elite events in all the country that we do for Coaches versus Cancer. But it's just something that I felt great about. And it's impacted so many people. As I became a head coach, you find out you have a little bit of a ramp to continue to talk and grow this. And we've had a lot of fun with it here in all my stops in Nacogdoches, Texas, Stillwater, and then obviously here in Champaign.
But there's a difference between being involved, which is good, and being the chair like you are. I mean, you don't just wear sneakers one week. You're heavily involved in this mission. It's something that affects you year-round. Why be so involved?
You know what? And I'll be honest, it makes me feel really good. That's real, and that's selfish, but I it's what it's about. I love people, to me, I'm a little bit in disbelief that we haven't found a cure yet.
Right.
We can send people to the moon. We can do this. We've got AI. We've got all of this. I'm not near smart enough to understand all of that. But what I am is somebody who loves people. I think this is something that has affected every single person that I know in some capacity, people I work with, people I've been around, family, right on down the list. And to see some of the suffering that people go through with this is just mind-numbing. And it's just my way of trying to give back in something that has given so much to me, and Coaches versus Cancer and the American Cancer Society, what Norm Stewart started years ago. We're so proud of all the work that all the coaches do, the referees, everybody involved. And, I'm just doing my little part, but really, really happy to do it. Really happy to jump in. And Natalie Morrison and her group do a phenomenal job of helping all the coaches push through this and do a lot to bring notoriety to it.
And raising money, obviously incredibly important, but also raising awareness is part of the mission as well. And I want to ask you, we say all the time screening, make sure you get screened. And I know, as someone who's gone through this in my family, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know screening, that's a term in basketball, right? So when we say that to people, Brad, in the very simplest way, what and how should someone be doing to do that?
Yeah, go see your doctor. It's not hard. Make an appointment. Go see your doctor. Get your blood work done. Get a test. And we all, as we're finding out over the years that cancer starts younger and younger and younger, and it's affecting people at all ages, but especially as we age. It's not that hard to go do that and to find that out. And it's better. You're so much better off when you can find it early, if you do have it, and it affects so many people. But it just takes a simple phone call to a physician to go get it done, and we can't be afraid to hear what the result is. But boy, if we can catch it early, the success rate is so much higher. And it's just, it's our way of bringing attention to it in Coaches versus Cancer. And That's all we talk about is yes, we have to raise money for research, but people can do so much to help themselves by just picking up the phone, calling their doctor, getting a screen and blood work done, and finding out.
One of the things I love about the way you approach this, Brad, is what you said a couple times is you can do these things and have fun. Like, it's a horrible, awful disease, but in trying to beat it, you can find the joy in life in trying to beat it. So if you don't mind, can you explain a little bit about the event that you run in the spring and how much fun is had at those things?
Yeah, Gordyville is unique, and it's our event here. It started in a house with a few people that had the wherewithal to give some money, and it was a very small amount raised at the time, but it was great. It moved to a hotel parking lot where we served some cold beer out of a few horse troughs and sat around and laughed and played a little music and lasted a couple hours. And then that kind of has grown into what is at Gordyville now, which is a unique spot. It's a sale barn, rodeo arena. It's about 15-20 minutes outside of Champaign. And now we have 1,700 plus people in attendance. We raise over $500,000. We bring in coaches. We bring in TV personalities. It's a blast, and we just set up there and we literally have fun. It starts in the early afternoon with a very relaxed happy hour. Everybody's in their blue jeans, non-formal. It's not a super expensive event to attend, but my goodness, and everybody's had fun. We've had the Big Ten coaches in. We've had Bill Raftery. We bring in different panels every year, different groups, and we'll be announcing soon. April 16th is this year's event, and anybody's more than welcome to come. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year, and raising more money and bringing more attention to it in the state of Illinois.
I love it, man. All right, before we let you go, I do want to get a thought in on your current team, Illinois, having overall a very good season. It has been a tough couple weeks with some really good teams you've played, some health issues with players, maybe some tough whistles here and there. What have you learned about your team the last 5 games or so?
Yeah, we're good. We're resilient. I think you always come out better after some adversity. I think one of the challenges, obviously, we played a couple of games without Kasparas, and now we've had the flu bug just really demolish our team a little bit in a stretch, and now Tommy's got mono. So we're making do. We're having to shift. We're having to be agile, so to speak, and light on our feet with some of the things we're doing, but we're playing solid, and we got a really good team. I love the ceiling on this team, and we get Tommy back in the mix. I like where this team can go.
Got Nebraska coming up on Thursday. Brad Underwood, head coach of the Illini. Thanks for all you do for Coaches versus Cancer. For me personally, what you've done sure means an awful lot, and I appreciate it. Best of luck the rest of the way, man.
Our pleasure, and my best to your wife, Mike. Thank you.